About the top 5 things to look at when choosing a company and a team to work with. My name is Brandy Shaver, and what I do is help network marketers build their businesses online by using systems. So when you're coming in, comment in who you are, where you're coming in from, and if you're catching this on the replay, drop me a hashtag replay so I can come back in and say hello. I'm also going to drop a link down below that you can get notified when I go live. I'll pop that in when we're finished. But what are the top 5 things to look for when choosing a company and a team to work with? This is one of the things that I get asked a ton of people that maybe have been displaced, or maybe they're not loving where they're at, or something changes in their company and they start looking for another home. And it happens all the time in the industry. So if you have not experienced that in your own business yet, that's totally cool. Stay where you are. If you love what you're doing, that is awesome. I suggest you stay where you are and learn the skills and the things you need necessary to grow your business online. But this is going to be for people to understand what 5 things do you want to do that you want to look at when you're choosing a company or a team to work with. All right. So first off, we want to start out by looking at, and these are going to be in order of least to the most important. Okay. So, and maybe let me know down below if you know some of these, what maybe you have looked at when you went and were choosing a company. A lot of times when we get involved in network marketing, the first time it is by maybe trying the product, or a friend shared it with us or whatever, and we end up inside that company. And that's what happened with me. I was actually with Mary Kay for a long time, and I loved being with that company. However, I kind of outgrew it, and I outgrew the party lifestyle with the selling products. It's more of like a direct sell, have a party, sell the products kind of thing. And so when I went looking for a new home and a new opportunity, there were some things that I looked at first. And so number 1 is products. Okay. Number 1 for products. And it's actually the last thing that you look at, but I want to give you the most important, the very last. And so that you have those. And I'm just going to pull this up on my phone because I'm not seeing any of your comments. And I just did a live in another group and my comments weren't working. So I'm not sure how come I didn't have this already pulled up. So I apologize. So number 1 is products. When you're looking at products inside of a company, what do you think, or what might be a few things that you look at as far as products when you are wanting to check out products? Just drop me what you think down below. I'd love to hear some of your opinions, some of the things that maybe you have looked at when you have looked at a company, or maybe inside your own company, right? What do we look for when we're looking at products? To me, some of the top things that stands out to me is that it's not a fad. It's not something that's going to blow up really big and then go away. All right. Because I'm not interested in, maybe you're different than I am, but I'm not interested in building with a company and then having that go away. Or I look for more stability, right? That's kind of what my gig is I want to build it once and kind of protect that golden goose. So when you're looking at products, to me, I look for products that are original, that they're kind of in their own category, that have a long-term sustainability as far as like the selling point, right? Now some people are in companies that don't even have consumable products, and that's okay if you can make it work, right? But I look for a consumable product and something that is different than most other people have. Okay. So let me see here if we're getting some comments. Okay. Yes, we got some comments coming in. All right. So, hey, Billy. Hi, Polly. Welcome. A debt-free company. Yes, Billy. That's awesome. Welcome. Okay. So one of the other things that I look at are the trends. All right. So one of the trends for the last few years has been health and wellness. Before about 10 years ago, Americans really weren't concerned a lot with their health. And you hear it more and more and more and more now, right? We've got keto, and we've got biohacking, and we've got supplementation, and we've got CBD, and we've got coffee, and all these things that are good for us, right? So the trend is moving towards more health and wellness and more organic. So you want to understand the trends, okay? The next one is what Billy suggested, is that the company itself. Okay, so there's some things that you want to look at for the company itself. Again, this goes back to sustainability and having a company to work with long term. If you don't check out the company itself, you may be surprised maybe a few years down the road if they go bankrupt or they rebrand or whatever, right? These things happen. And so you want to be very, very diligent at checking out the company itself. What lawsuits do they have? What things do they have going on? What kind of cash flow do they have, right? Like Billy's saying, a debt-free company is more stable. All right. All right. The next thing is compensation. Now, a lot of people get inside of this business, inside this industry, and they don't understand compensation. And so let me just give you a story that will kind of like maybe curl your toes a little bit. All right. So I have a friend that reached out to me about joining my company. And she's been inside her company for about 7 years. Well, we got actually looking at the difference in compensation plan. Now, network marketing is kind of the same, depending on the products, trends in the company, right? But it's still kind of in the same wheelhouse of you're going to be doing basically the same thing. It might be with a different company, it might be with a different product and different people, but you're going to be doing the same thing. And so when it comes to compensation, this girlfriend of mine had worked with this company for a very, very long time. And she'd done millions of dollars inside of that company. And she wasn't even making 5% of that volume that she was bringing in when it was all said and done, because of the hoops that some compensation plans have built into them to help more of the money flow to the top. Okay. Now, there's not right or wrong in this, so don't take me wrong, right? Like this, it's just how the industry is. But you want to protect yourself and to understand compensation, because you don't want to get inside of a company and build out this massive business, and then all of a sudden there's these another friend of mine calls them the gotchas, right? There's all of these hoops that you got to jump through that if you don't jump through them, then you're not getting paid. All right. So just make sure that when you're looking at a company, that when you're choosing a company or a team to work with, that you definitely spend some time on the compensation plan. And if you don't understand it, get with somebody that does, right? You can even call the customer service of that company, and they will help you walk through that process and help you go through that. Now, when you are doing that, you want to make sure that you ask about the gotchas. You want to say, hey, is there any hoops that you have to jump through? And hoops, just to give you an example, is maybe for you to rank advance to the next rank, let's say you're mid-rank in the company. For you to rank advance to the next rank, maybe you have to have 6 personal people hit a certain level in the company for you to rank advance or for you to hit that next bonus. That's actually a hoop in the compensation plan, or a gotcha. Okay. So some of the other things may be that you have to order a certain amount, or that your personal people have to do a certain amount of volume for you to make this or X or Y or Z, right? Anything that requires, excuse me, requires you to jump through a hoop to make money, then that is called a gotcha, or a hole in the compensation planner, right? All right. So the next one that's the most important, this is actually the most important. I've got a tickle in my throat. Excuse me. I've had a little bit of a cold over the last few days. And so this next one is system. This is the most important one of all of the 5. All right. If you do not have a system, and when I say a system has to be something that is duplicable. Okay, it's somebody can draw it out on paper and somebody can actually follow it and get the same results. All right, so that's a system. Now, a lot of companies have a system that they call a system. Okay, a system for me means a system that you can build the way you want to build. All right, sometimes a company has a system that is more broad for the masses, right? And when I was looking for a company and a team to build with, to build my business with, I was looking for a way to build my business online. And what I found was that there weren't very many of them. There's not very many systems that are actually geared towards building online. And so I actually built my own that was duplicable and super simple for people to follow. Now, I'm going to drop the link down below where you can get that education. Of course, you know, it's going to take some time for you to figure that out, how to build a system and what's duplicable and what's not, some testing and those kind of things. But a system is the most important piece. And for you to have a way that people want to join you, is you need to have a system to build online, because that's kind of the way our world is going. Hence the reason you're watching this video, right? So I appreciate you guys being on. Excuse my cough, and I'll drop that link down below. And and if you want to get notified when I go live, again, I'm going to drop that down below, and it will put you on a reminder list that when I go live, it will just pump it right out to you.